This is just AMZN on Thursday, August 15, 2019. We had a really sideways day today, really indecisive. Um, Amazingly, we kept coming back into this uptrend channel, very slightly uptrend at this point, but um, yeah, we were into the low range of that yesterday, kind of rolling over from the high range of that, and then today we had a very similar rollover from the or breakdown from that high range or the upper end of the range. So just like yesterday, selling off from these two bullish candles, retest here. We just did that right at the open. I mean, we kind of pushed a little bit higher than pre-market. We had a really nice sell-off pre-market. At this point, it's like, oh, we're way down here. We're just going to keep running. And no, it rallied pre-market. And I'm sure a bunch of bulls were getting on here thinking it's just going to keep going. We're going to get back up, make a new higher high, higher low. And instead we had an inside day. Totally inside day. Here's the daily. And just about touching the 5 again, about 80 cents off from that. Slightly lower low, or I'm sorry, slightly lower high, slightly higher low. If we zoom in on the day here, you can see that we had some wicks that got into this channel. This was pretty close. This one's really close. Didn't quite get up here, but nice hammer, double top, broke down. Didn't really even get a retest of the neckline here. When this broke down, I was looking at going bearish, and I wanted a move back up into the 21 to then break down, and just didn't get it. I'm like, when I was down here, it's like, maybe this will, nope. That's the only retest you got right here of this neckline right here. That's it. That was all there was right there. And then it just broke down and collapsed down to our line here at 17. No, not that line. Sorry, the uptrend channel line. There's not a line here I can say what the price is. It's around 1764. And if you look at a shorter time frame, I think this looks a little bit more like a double bottom, since we have this upper wick here. Your neckline is here, and we broke out from that. Again, really small double bottom. Went sideways for quite a while and then started to break out again. And this was a really nice move. So this kind of thing is what I was looking for to happen over here, where you're consolidating right near the 21 like these, and then break through, retest to it, and then roll over. This one, it was bullish, so it's resting here, and then we get just the move right back into the 21 that just launches, and that moves significantly quickly, and then kind of sputtered out a little bit again here before moving up and rolling over. But we did make a slightly higher high from the closing range here, or the closing 15 minutes compared to this. And so this could be a bit of a turning point. We had a lot of bulls coming in, high wave candles to open up the day, and just couldn't get it going, couldn't even make a new higher high in the day. And so we did technically make lower highs all day and some lower lows all day. And then this was somewhat of a turning point where we didn't get a roll down. We didn't break down again. On the daily, this kind of reminds me of when we were breaking down, making slightly lower lows and lower highs. When we were breaking down this whole massive thing, where we did I think taking out this high, or maybe it was close, but you can just see the waves as this comes in, and going back into the 5 minute over here, you can see just the waves of making lower highs and lower lows. So if we take a look at certain candles in here, really nice hammer here, whatever this was doing, after this many bearish candles for it to break this line and then continue, it's like, no, this is probably a better place to be buying and selling. And so there were some opportunities to buy near these lows here, and that's just the setup. If it works, it works, great. If not, then maybe try something else next time, or or be more patient, something like that. So anyway, we look at first the calls, places you could have bought. This is 1775, a little bit expensive. Specifically this hammer I liked, but it's $2 range or more than that. Yeah, about a $2 range. I just thought it was really interesting to look at the calls here and see, okay, this is the open price, or not the open, but that breakdown quickly at open came down to about 15. And then the next low came down to almost 11, and then the next low came down to 9. So 15, 11, 9. If you look back over here, it hardly moved down that much. Like $2 moved down. That shouldn't have meant as much the option, but you're losing so much premium here. And then it's like, okay, this option is, a little ways away over here. Not too far, but, for it to move back up into the money. So this was 20. We had some other opportunities to be getting in. Okay, did I look at the right time? I think I said 9:20, 10:20. 10:20, yeah, right here. So some stair steps in here and then broke out, but again, what's the risk reward? If you did it over here, risking a dollar, you're getting in around like 13.50, and there's not much below here that it doesn't need to go far to take out. Just some stray wick could do that. But then it did move up nicely, and then it did it again over here and moved up nicely. So it's just really, for days like this, it's a matter of mapping out, okay, where's the best opportunity with the highest probability of getting on the right side of that setup. So I really like that this was bouncing off of the line. These weren't quite there, but you got to be nimble on these early ones, and then someone would have to just look at your plan and be like, okay, I'm going to take this, even though I know it's making a new lower low in the day, and I'm not going bearish, breaking it out or taking a breakout, but you're taking a retest and going bullish with the retest until it gets back up here. And so it did end up working out where you took out the low and then made a new low in the day a little later. And you can see a lot of bears coming in here. And that doesn't make bold other than the open. And so we'll really see, could we do something, get going bullish, where bullish after hours? Could we continue bullish and trap a lot of the bears in here and in here and just run back up or something? Is that, something that could happen the next couple of days? Sure. Could we be rallying here after hours and then completely collapse pre-market or as the market opens tomorrow? Yeah, totally. This kind of move here doesn't have to stop right here. It can actually continue down. So come back in here. There are some opportunities to buy and some of those lower prices there, the lower wicks. But you may need to be a little further out of the money instead of 1775, maybe 1800. You're just going a little bit further away on the calls here, and so not too much happened into the close. Looks like there were some opportunities to buy some of those lows, but you wouldn't have even gotten 2 R's. It looks like so. Just knowing your risk and knowing where the opportunities are. At the last hour of the day here or so, it looks like you could have been getting into like a hammer. Getting in around like 250 and riding it up to, I guess, 350 would be a 2R. Maybe just scalping an R on that somewhere in this range, because, well, sometimes it's good to just scalp an R when you're going counter trend. Usually you need to. Let's see, back over here to the puts. Now, we didn't really have as clear of a rollover, with hitting any sort of resistance. So these were just candles, knowing the candle that's an inverted hammer, breaks down, should make some money on that, retests back to like this Morningstar reversal, retest back into this range, and then rolls down again. And so there are some opportunities and signals clearly saying, okay, get in bearish, it's going. And it just took a lot longer, so you got to be careful what option you're picking. But yeah, so the puts, these are ones. So this is the 1750 puts. These are potentially buyable at like 6, and then over here 650, and then over here like 450. So it's a matter of kind of that pyramid in or getting in as it's pulling back, or you're waiting for it to take out some lows, do some sort of reversing, and this is where it really does that, where it comes down a little bit lower, not quite as low as this, so that's your stop. Like, let's see, 375, 350 would be the stop on this, and then the entry would probably be in this candle, like around 5. So a little more than $100 risk. Did I send this one? 375, yeah. A little more than $100 risk, but a great location to be getting in. And that went from, let's call it, just to be, easy with numbers, like getting in at 5. And getting out where it made a high in the day around like 10. That's doubling, you know, it's a lot of hours, depending on your hour, you know. But yeah, some good opportunities to get in and knowing when to get out. Um, you know, this was coming right back into resistance here. This definitely was. And if you're holding into that last little bit, like you got to really know what that risk is to hold it overnight if we don't, you know, if we don't continue up. If we're in a call and we don't continue up with this, well, that premium is going to just totally evaporate in the morning. So I'm sure that'll happen to some folks. And hopefully this helps to kind of figure out where the movements were. And I know he's identifying some highs and lows. And just waiting, a lot of waiting for this, you know. So, like I said, hope this helps. This is just AMZN. Thanks.